Habari gani familia angu, karibuni ambuni kwangu. How are all of you? Uko vizuri? I hope so. Welcome to my channel. Mimi ni Eli-Ben-Eli, and I was watching the videos, some of the videos, and a sense of compassion filled me. You know, right now, this is the beginning of what I call the holiday season in the United States, the feasting season. And the feasting season, the holiday season, the season of celebration and everything, is also a very sad one, okay? There are a lot of people in this country, in America, that become so caught up in amassing money or in work that they end up losing contact with their family, with their people and everything. And I was asking myself, what kind of people would travel on one of the major holy days, one of the American feasting days of the year in America, to travel all the way for hours and hours on planes, to travel all the way to Kenya and to end up giving everything away, everything that they brought there away. And, you know, the answer is very simple. The handful of people, the so-called international visitors to the Villa Medellin in the in the Kenyan Manila. You know, the people that travel there are, you know, lonely people. They're people that, you know, don't have any relatives probably, or if they do, where are they? You know, if they have people that they love and care about, are you going to go all the way over to Africa to spend your time at a bogus party, you know, surrounded by mosquitoes, constantly fending off the rain, everybody's sick? Are you doing it because you have a lot of people in your life that love you? Come on now. There's something pathetic about some of these people, you know, and mind you, keep something in mind. I count only about, 4 or 5 people that went there, and none of them has stayed the whole month. You know, it's like, I think a lot of these people either went there because, you know, they're living unhappy lives, and it was like, well, I have no one to go to during the holidays, I might as well go and visit Marwa. And they get there, the toilet doesn't flush, all kinds of crazy things are happening. You know, one of the things that I said is, this is not necessarily a party. This is a feast for beggars. This is an opportunity for the villagers and the people around Marwa to clean out, you know, these gullible Americans and Europeans and West Indians that showed up there. And what has happened? You know, people don't pity Westerners. Why? Because they have this myth in their head that all Westerners are rich and all Westerners have everything that they need. You know what? I kind of found it pathetic that somebody like Stefan shows up there and ends up being, you know, being scammed into leaving without anything and giving a lot of money that we know Mara probably is going to keep in his pocket. He's not going to use it to pay anybody. He's not going to do anything. Mara is going to spend that money on himself and maybe on his girlfriend. You know, all of those people, that handful of people showed up there to a village party to celebrate the grand opening of an unfinished house. An unfinished house that was badly built on watery land, you know, and the house shows all kinds of signs that it's going to fall apart. It's already falling apart. So a couple of the people who were putting up doors and putting up lights told him to his face that the house was built out of cheap materials. You know, it's like you have to feel compassion for people. There's a saying that P.T. Barnum, a great showman who looked at himself as being something of a scammer, of a legendary scammer, he used to say there's a sucker born every minute. I look at Stefan, I look at Pastor Don, and I look at Christmas list to a certain extent. Oh, by the way, Christmas list, everything that we thought might happen to some of these people happened to him. He ended up getting robbed by the police. By the police, no less. And I don't know, all of these people went to great expense, and the expectation was that they were going to stay there for the duration of the party. Why is it that so many of these people quickly fled? Okay? If you swim into waters and you're surrounded by sharks, and you realize that the sharks are going to eat you alive, you swim somewhere else. You swim somewhere else. Stefan gave away everything, all of his electronics, all of his clothes, and left early. Because you want to know something? Clothes, electronics, all of that stuff can be replaced. What cannot be replaced is your freedom. And my theory is that whatever his actual lifestyle, Stefan realized that he had something more precious than anything else to lose, you know, and that was his freedom. They say that apparently the plan was that he was supposed to take village cooked tea with him, or one of those other young women with him. I mean, those, you know, they shepherds who shepherd sheep don't just make money by selling sheep to eat. They sell the wool off of the back of the sheep, and the wool is very valuable. It's called shearing. Okay, it's called fleecing. If you want to make money with sheep, you fleece the flock. All of us were saying, this is a rubbish party, this is a ridiculous party. The weather is El Nino is causing a lot of devastation in Kenya. El Nino indirectly is causing the spread of pneumonia, malaria, diarrhea, fevers, flus, all kinds of nasty, horrible diseases. This party's gonna get canceled out. This is the middle of the rainy season, for God's sakes. Cancel out the party. Do it when it isn't raining. Do it at a more auspicious time of the year. Yet Mara did not cancel out. Why did he not cancel out? Because if you surround yourself with sheep, if you own a lot of sheep, if you're collecting presents left and right, gold, cattle, clothing, food, the opportunity to do such a vast fleecing of a well-to-do flock cannot be passed up. From a certain point of view, even if only a handful of foreigners came, they were able to fleece those people of their belongings. They were able to probably, you want to know what you'll never know? You'll never know how many of those foreigners behind the scene were sweet-talked by Mara into giving him money. Some of them were sweet-talked into giving scholarships and committing to doing this and doing that. Never mind the fact that they brought a lot of gifts, and their gifts were taken. Their things that they probably never meant to give away were taken from them. You know, it's like there's a movie that was made once called The Dirty American. And it basically, people don't understand something about that movie. In The Dirty American, the American who's the movie is about, it's not necessarily a bad person. But that name has stuck around for the wrong reason. Well, I look at an event like this so-called party, which incidentally has flopped. Most of the foreign visitors quickly have fled. I look at that party, and I'm saying to myself, how many people, after watching those videos, who have wanted to go to Kenya, would ever go to Kenya now? I mean, it's like, pardon my frankness, but I got to say this, the image that you get of Kenya is that it is full of beggars. It is full of people who will even take the shirt off your back. It is full of people who you travel for hours upon hours, and when you finally arrive, they are so selfish. And so, maybe selfish is not necessarily the word. They are so driven by poverty that they will pack up around you like hungry hyenas and fleece you out of everything they can. You know, and the so-called village millionaire is supervising the fleecing. It's not a good look. You know, I have known people who are very, very poor, and you go to their house and they will accept nothing from you. Instead, they're giving you something. They're feeding you. Do you need this and do you need that? And those kind of people, they earn friends for life. Oh, by the way, I'm supposed to say this, so let me take an opportunity to say thank you to all of my old subscribers. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. The numbers are climbing, and they're climbing slowly. I love each and every one of you that has subscribed. If you've listened this far, please like and subscribe to my channel. Please help the numbers to continue to increase. For a lot of reasons, I really do want to help my channel to arrive at a certain number of people at least. What I want is more people to subscribe, but it's like right now the big target is 500, and after that, we'll aim higher. And thank each and every one of you, and it's very, very important that you like and subscribe, and that don't only like and subscribe, help sustain the channel, make comments, participate in it, watch the whole video. May God bless each and every one of you for that. But I think that a lot of people are gonna watch the videos that are being posted about the fiesta at the Villa Medellin, the Torrilla, the rumble in the jungle in the Kenyan Villa, Trila Villa in the Kenyan Manila. People are going to watch it, and they're not, their attitude is going to be, you know what, it's not enough that you that you go to a country and not be robbed. It's not enough that you go to a country and be safe. You also want to feel that you're going to go there and you're going to be treated like another human being. You're going to be well hosted if you visit somebody's home. You're not going to be preyed upon by a very well orchestrated pack of hyenas. They they called some of these people that were coming to the villa VVVIP. The idea wasn't that these people were going to receive a very high level of courtesy, that they were going to be graciously hosted. The idea was these are people that have a lot to be fleeced from, that have a lot to be taken from. I said it a long time ago, and I'm sad to see that I was 100% correct. The so-called housewarming party was nothing more than an opportunity to fleece the flock, to fleece the handful of people who were stupid enough to, and maybe I shouldn't say stupid enough, naive. Let's go to naive enough to travel to a country infested by mosquitoes in the middle of the rainy season, in the middle of malaria season, in the cold months of the year when people tend to get flus and colds and become sick in so many ways, to go use a pit latrine that dug hastily, where you stand a chance of either ending up in the pit latrine yourself or having your behind bit by thousands of mosquitoes when you try to use the pit latrine in a house with toilets that don't work. The people that were brave enough to go there thought that they were going to go to a party. They didn't think that they were going to go to a event in which, at worst, you end up getting robbed, like Christmas list, or beat up, like Uncle Mo was beat up. LGBTQ affair, with a saga agenda. Saga standing for Sodom and Gomorrah, agenda. It's like people. It's like all of the stuff that they have shown has really, really left a bad impression of Kenya. Those who are more familiar with Kenya than I might say, oh no, it's not uncommon for men to dance with men, women to dance with women in Kenya. Well, there are all kinds of purposes why people dance. People dance because they belong to a warrior society. In the warrior societies, they dance before war. They dance for a lot of reasons, but when you have a party that is not intended for any of those purposes, one of the big things that dance is for is to promote interaction in between men and women, young men and young women. And when you see a party in which most of the men are looking at other men like, the women are looking at each other and they're ignoring each other. It's like and then God help the handful of children that are there dancing, because you have certain men from other places busily filming them and looking at them obsessively and giving them money, which is considered grooming behavior, by the way, when you start giving gifts randomly to children that you don't even know. For what purpose are you doing it? I just I look at the whole party and my attitude is, going forward, I think I have had a belly full of watching. I've gotten to the point now that there are a lot of these videos that I won't even look at, because they fill me with despair. They fill me with... I know Kenyans. I have known many Kenyans personally. Kenyans are not the people that you see portrayed in these videos of that party. I look at somebody like Diana Kemi, and I look at her building her little house. She's already living in it and everything. And, you know, don't get me wrong. My theory is that if somebody offered Diana Kemi something, she would accept it. She's a humble woman. But she hasn't been on there begging. And she hasn't been in the middle of the begging. And she wouldn't go to the lengths that Mara and the YouTube, the Mara YouTube cult have gone through to receive what? Yeah, I'm going to tell you something about a lot of those presents that those people receive. Okay? If those things look very expensive, they are, if you buy them brand new. If you've noticed something, a lot of those things were not packaged, which means that they came out of pawn shops. They probably were bought used. These people really, you know, it's like they were giving stuff away, but was it top-notch stuff? Not really. Now, where was the packaging? Where were the sales receipts? None of that. They were giving away the items unboxed, which means that these items were used or refurbished, and that's a good thing. Africans should be aware of that. If you go on the internet to buy electronics, you can buy refurbished electronics and save a lot of money and get just as good a deal more often than not. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please like and subscribe and support my channel. Please share the video. Thank you very much for all of my old subscribers, and thank you very much to my new subscribers. You are the best. You know, there's a saying that Jews say to each other, Shavua Tov. That means have a good week. I love each and every one of you. Goodbye.